Well, let's all stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we don't have a consent agenda, so we need to approve the minutes of the March 26th commission meeting.
I would move that we approve the commission meetings for March 26th.
I second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Receive a proclamation declaring the week of April 14th through 20th as National Public Safety Telecommunicator Week. I think Chief Dunleavy said Chief Roberson's going to do this, and Chief Roberson said Chief Dunleavy's going to do it, so here they are together.
We're going to tag team this.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, it's our dispatchers they get kind of left out in many cases about how crucial and how important their jobs are. So this is a good opportunity for us to recognize them, and we really do appreciate the efforts and the work that they put in, and that they're so often kind of left out. So there's just a small way, and I think is a very big way, really, is to recognize them. So we have a proclamation here. Whereas the Association of Public Safety Communications Officials, APCO, endorses and recognizes the second full week of April each year as Public Safety Telecommunications Week, and
whereas public safety telecommunicators provide the first critical contact for those in need of emergency services, they are the first of the first responders and must ascertain the location, nature, and extent of the emergency. In the midst of a person's cries and under high pressure, public safety telecommunicators exhibit compassion, empathy, and understanding while maintaining a high degree of professionalism. And
whereas the Newton Fire and EMS Department and the Newton Police Department recognize the dedication and service provided by these men and women.
Now and therefore I, Rod Cry, Mayor of the City of Newton, Kansas, do hereby proclaim April 14th through 20th as Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in the City of Newton, and do commend its thoughtful observance to all citizens of our municipality, dated this 9th day of April 2024.
Thank you.
thank you all.
Thank you.
I move that we accept such proclamation.
I second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Thanks for all you do, Don.
Please extend your appreciation to your team.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yep. Please do.
Okay, we need to consider a resolution establishing a facade improvement program. Rebecca?
Thank you. So before you today is a new program for a downtown facade improvement program. The attached documents are brought with the recommendation of our Main Street Board. As part of the importance in revitalizing the Newton Main Street, the board's been looking at examples of other reinvestment type programs that would help really initiate and invigorate our revitalization efforts. In particular, one of the items that stood out was the Junction City program. It was very similar, and they have received a return on investment of over 450%. And you'll see how much they paid out, which is around $15,000, and had over $89,000 of work completed. So this is one of the communities that our Main Street staff and board members work with and have seen at their quarterly trainings, and brought this up as a very good example. And so this program is designed to assist the business and property owners with the improvements to their existing commercial building facades. And if you remember, our Main Street area is our entire C3, which is our downtown commercial district. So not just Main Street, even though we use that as a title, it's those 6th Street, Broadway to Plum Street. The program provides a rebate of up to 50% on eligible properties, project costs with a maximum grant of $3,000 for each property. During the discussion of the last Main Street meeting, they felt like this was the most fair and equitable way to reimburse these costs. The other tiers were looked at, but this was the method of reimbursement they thought would be most impactful and easiest for business owners. The projects include, but they're not limited to, concrete work, design, and permit fees with the projects, the door replacements, exterior improvements of all sorts, any sort of removal or replacement of incompatible. That's especially when we're thinking about a historic building, maybe taking off some metal sheeting and replacing it with a more historically accurate piece, signs, awnings, and other such items. For property owners that want to receive a grant, or the business operators on their behalf, they would need the signature of the property owner. They have to be current on any property taxes and have no outstanding code or any other violations. We want to ensure that we're not at any conflict with any other part of the city. And no grants would be awarded to projects that begin or completed prior to the application, and they must be completed no later than 1 year after they're awarded. Keeping with the other guidelines that we have, they have to be awarded to projects that meet the Kansas Main Street Design Guidelines and any applicable historic guidelines, which are just on the Main Street itself, and of course our current city code and zoning. The resolution is attached along with the program guidelines that we want to send out and the application. You'll notice that the application's only a page long. Procedurally, we're expecting to receive those through our CVB Main Street coordinator, Jen Lehman, and that she would bring those to the bi-monthly meetings of the Main Street Board for review. And at that point, city staff would have been able to help review and vet those projects and so that they can award them. Junction cities had a deadline where they accepted new applications and then awarded them, but they did find out very quickly that a rolling application deadline was more effective, and so that's what this will have as a rolling application so that people can submit their projects when they're ready and it best fits them. The funding source was not very clearly stated in the agenda, but it's from the Rehabilitation Rebate Program, which you may remember we utilized older funds that had been put towards rehabilitating our community. Currently, there's about $73,000 balance, and we were asking for $30,000 of that to be reallocated to this rehabilitation project so we can continue to fund the paint and the guttering programs that you've been doing. And I do know are so popular. I've had a few applications already this week.
Wow.
Questions, comments?
Well, you hit all of them, because I was like, are we going to do this all at once with the deadline, or is it going to be rolling? But you got me, so you anticipated that question.
Okay, we need a resolution number.
Yes, that would be G-1338.
Well, I move that we approve G1338.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Consider an ordinance amending the disorderly conduct offense in the Uniform Public Offense Code. Chris?
Yeah, I can cover that. This is a result of a case that arose out of Wichita regarding disorderly conduct. Disorderly conduct is a criminal offense in Kansas. Our local ordinance, which is found in the UPOC, is in line with state statute and also comparable to the Wichita ordinance. There's a case that went up to the Supreme Court of Kansas. The noisy conduct provision was found to be unconstitutional. It's our recommendation as city staff that that portion of the UPOC be removed. That's what that ordinance that's prepared for you includes. I would stand for any question. I outlined the background of the case just so you had some context. I would assume that this change would be reflected in the new UPOC when it comes out, in July or August. But in the interim, our PD isn't enforcing that provision. We think that the ordinance should be consistent with that decision. I would stand for any questions.
So I want to make sure I'm understanding this right. Like, are they saying that when someone uses this type of verbiage, that it is unconstitutional to charge them with
Yeah, so
disorderly conduct?
you'll see that the fighting words provision is still maintained in the ordinance. It's the noisy conduct tending to like elicit negative response. That's the part that's overbroad. So fighting words, words that in and of themselves can cause an immediate breach of peace, that's still citable as disorderly conduct. That's still in line. It's just that previous provision, the noisy conduct, that's eliminated. Also, disturbing a lawful procession is still disorderly conduct and still valid. And also public brawling and fighting would still be a okay charge to bring forward under state statute or under the city ordinance. So disorderly conduct still exists, just a smaller piece of it.
Okay,
Does that answer your question, or?
well, kind of. I would have to process that a little bit more, but,
In the memo on the second or the third page, I included a red line of essentially what the disorderly conduct looked like prior to this change. And it's just that, or engaging in noisy conduct tending reasonably to arouse alarm, anger, or resentment in others. The court just found that that covers too much protected speech to criminalize it. So we're trimming it down in line with that
Okay.
decision.
okay, thank you.
No problem. If it's acceptable, we'd ask for a motion to approve the ordinance, but I would stand for any other questions if you have any concerns on this.
Any other questions or comments? We'll need an ordinance.
Yes, 5144-24.
I move we approve 5144-24.
I second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Consider resolution extending the tax abatement for Bunting Magnetics.
Yeah, this is just a quick housekeeping item. As you recall, back in April of 2022, City Commission adopted a resolution of intent to grant tax abatement. That was good for a year. It was extended, and now it's being extended one more time. We understand that the project is complete. We just need to get everything noticed up and bring this back to you in May to consider an ordinance granting the tax abatement. So the resolution just extends it 1 year. We don't think we'll need that much time, but that's the action that we would request because it is set to expire in the next few days. If there's any questions, I would stand for them. Otherwise, it would be a resolution.
G1-338.
339?
1339?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
339, yes.
Got
Thank
down the
you.
line.
Well, I move that we approve G1339.
I second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The dreaded budget calendar.
I thought you were going to say, oh, it's that time again.
It's
We're so
exciting for me.
excited."
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
some
looking
of us
forward
kinda
to
like
it.
but- Did y'all bring your calendars?
Yeah.
Good. I have all my electronic one, but I still like my paper, so I can see it all. We were thinking, we just kind of chose 2 days to get started, which would work for us, but we want to make sure it works for you all. The last few years, we've taken 2 days in the month of May, all morning long, and went over each of the departments. They get about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on their size. And that way you can hear everything they have to say, what they're doing with their budget, more or less, or whatever, is going on with them. So you guys can hear each one of them.
Okay.
This year, we're going to also invite the library, and Senior Center wants to be invited. And she said mainly just to tell you where they're at right now. So we'll include those two in there as well.
Okay.
Good.
The days we're looking at is the morning of Wednesday, May 8th, and we usually go like 8 to 12, and we'll serve a little bit of snacks or lunch or something. And then the other one was Wednesday, May 22nd. We kind of need to get these set so that the staff has time to get all their presentations ready and approved by the city manager and then to you guys.
22nd works for me, but I'm at the Main Street Conference
On the 8th?
on the 8th.
I can probably do the 22nd. I need to reschedule something else then, if we're going to have it then, which I think it should be okay. But I can try that tomorrow to find out for sure.
The 22nd.
The 22nd, mm-hmm.
I can do both those.
Okay.
I can do both of those.
I can do both
Do
of
both?
those, yes.
What about you on the 8th?
I can do the 8th.
So, what about, so Rod can't be here. What other day were you thinking about, Daniela? What do you think? Does a Tuesday work? A Tuesday morning or the day before, the 7th? Would that work for anyone?
I can do the
Yeah.
7th.
Can
Yep.
we all do the 7th?
Did you say the 7th?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't get back until,
Oh, you're gone on the 7th.
yeah, let me look
Okay.
at my, I leave on the 5th.
Okay.
And I get back on the, looks like the 8th is the last day.
Okay.
What about the 21st? What if we did the 21st and the 22nd after agenda meeting? That's 2 days in a row.
Would
Since
you-
everyone,
Can you do 2 days in a row?
After agenda meeting?
Agenda's on the 23rd.
No, it's department head meeting.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yep.
So we can move ours, yeah.
Yeah. We know that on the 21st, most of our department heads are already gathering, so the 21st would work for most of us, I
I
believe.
could do both of those.
The 21st and the 22nd?
Mhm.
I'll just try to, I'll work at getting something rescheduled from the 22nd. I think it should work.
I'll reschedule, I can reschedule something on the 21st. You're talking in the morning as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll work.
Would the 23rd work better for anybody on either side
Yeah.
of that?
That works
Yeah,
great.
21st and 23rd?
22nd and
Or
3rd.
22nd and 23rd? Okay.
Both of those work for me.
You'd already be here for agenda
Oh,
review
correct.
at 7:30 on the 23rd.
Okay.
23rd,
Okay,
would that work?
okay, yeah.
Melanie?
Going once?
23rd?
Yeah.
22nd and 23rd.
Oh, the 22nd and 23rd?
Yes.
Instead of the 8th and the 22nd?
Yes.
Okay.
From when to when?
8 to noon?
8 to noon?
Of course, it's 7:30, you'll be at agenda meeting on that Thursday.
Well, then you
Same-
get to do the 23rd.
You can do the 22nd.
I mean, then you can do the 22nd.
You'll have all yours on the 22nd, and then
At the same time, 8 to noon?
8 to noon.
8 to noon.
So the 22nd and the
And the 23rd.
23rd.
Got it.
Leroy,
Works for me.
Okay, going once? Okay, we'll set it on the 22nd and 23rd of May, from 8 to noon.
Can we talk about June?
We can.
Okay, I'm confused because we've got the 11th and the 28th. Typically, we don't do things on a Friday, the 28th.
I probably have the wrong, this was,
Okay.
I take it from last year, and I just kind
I
of,
assume
splice it
that's
in.
probably the 11th and the 25th,
yes.
prior to commission meeting? Both of those?
If we need it. This is, that's why it's kind of left up in the
I
air.
got to block it out on my calendar now,
okay.
or it's going to get covered. If
Yeah, so 6 o'clock on the 11th and the 25th of June, just in case we need them.
That sounds great.
Okay.
I can always take it off the calendar.
Right.
I will put it on there now.
When we should, usually the county sends me the evaluation before the 11th, so.
Okay.
We'll know kind of on that day what we're doing. July, we have to meet and decide on the revenue neutral rate. And we have to have it back by the 20th, but our meeting would be, meeting would be the 16th.
And we can do that at a regular commission meeting,
And we can
correct?
just do that at a regular commission meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's, and then,
Sunday.
yeah, this is from last year. That part is.
The 11th, and what was the second one?
The 25th,
25th.
both at 6 PM.
In June. And then what are we doing with July now?
And we'll just kind of wait on July, and
Okay,
we can do that at a regular meeting.
okay.
So we have May 22nd from 8 to noon, May 23rd from 8 to noon, June 11th at 6, June 25th at 6. Both of the June dates are tentative
Yes, if needed.
if needed.
What was that last date in June?
25th.
The same day as commission, just 6
25th?
o'clock, yes.
Now, the 11th, let me do a little more investigating. I'm supposed to fly out to Canada. Man, but I think that's like at 6 a.m. on the 12th. I'll find out.
Okay.
Thank you, Leroy.
Well, if I recall, we needed every minute we got last year when we were talking about this and working these things out, so.
If need be, we could, I mean, if we have to, maybe we could start at 5, if we still have a lot of stuff we need to talk, if you guys have blocked it out at least, you know.
I'm thinking that 6 is pretty slim, actually,
Yeah.
because based on what we had to do last year.
Okay. Well, let's put 5 then, 5 to
Okay.
7.
Can you send out an email?
Yes,
And
I will.
And we probably have the wrong date for the date that our city manager will present the budget to the commission. We have July 25th on this sheet.
And those, those are just kind of placeholders, so I know I have to do this at a certain time.
So that would probably be July 23rd.
Yep.
How about we send an updated calendar tomorrow
Yeah.
morning?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that'll probably be the 23rd, Rich.
And then,
It's just exciting television on social media tonight.
yeah, it is. And then when we have to do our budget hearings, and our R&R hearing will be the 20th of August.
That seems late.
revenue,
So usually the last one of the month.
You did say you'd send an email about that?
No, it's the 27th, I guess. I'm sorry, the 27th.
she
Did you
said
say
she-
that? Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it out, don't worry. I was not thinking of these, I was worried about May.
So July
here,
is the
so
23rd.
I'm glad we got it all
And
handled.
the manager, the 23rd of July is when you present them. Okay. Yes.
okay.
Riveting, I tell you.
Everybody got that down?
Clear as mud.
Yep.
Do we have any citizens forum signups?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, well, before we go, let's go around the horn. We'll go this way this time.
Nothing, sir.
Nothing more than just to say thank you to all of you for everything you do. We appreciate it.
I don't have anything.
Okay,
Me either.
I think Denise checked with all of you, and we have a joint meeting scheduled with the NRC board and the USD 373 board for May 14th
Yes,
at 5 o'clock.
yes.
And I think we're going to be at the Meridian Center. We are meeting to talk about Themian Park. We've got a group that is a community group that's wanting to do some improvements there. And all 3 parties are involved because we own the park. USD has a current lease with us. They use the park for their gym classes. And NRC helps do some maintenance for the school district, but they're being asked to do more. And this community group is wanting to do some improvements there. And so it's going to impact all of us. That group will be there to present what they're proposing. And then we need to discuss how we could move forward with any of those improvements. And we would likely need to update an interlocal agreement with how the funding works, how the maintenance works, and all of that.
It's May 14th.
May
May
14th,
5 to.
from 5 to 6:30-ish, and then,
Then we boot scoot boogie over to here.
yes, sir. Just like that.
Yeah.
Denise, and you sent us all an email? No, did you?
I did.
I obviously wasn't paying attention.
Where will this be?
At the Meridian Center.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, I wasn't paying attention. I'm supposed to be with my grandkids on some Disney cruise, so.
Uh-oh.
sorry. But,
Well, they
but
probably win.
don't change it for me, because I know these others will make very good decisions.
We have, I think, 5 of the 7 school district board members and all of the NRC board members, and we thought we had all of you. So if we have 4 out of the 5 of you, we still have the majority
Yeah.
of all of these people.
And I apologize for not paying better attention.
Okay, well, this would have been the first meeting ever we got through without you saying something.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad that you got to do that, so.
Well, thank you.
Anyway, that's how important you are, though,
Yes,
and how much we appreciate you,
yes.
so.
No, sir.
No, sir?
Anybody back there? Okay. No, okay. It is 6:27 and
About 7:27.
7:27. Where am I? In the mountains, I guess.